Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have what I melted the second half of September. And first of all, I'm gonna excuse my air conditioning. It's actually pretty warm here on the very east coast of Canada and Nova Scotia. It's quite warm actually. I put the air conditioning on yesterday because it's like 100% humidity, and it's actually pretty darn warm for today. I'm filming the last day of September, so I think it's the last day, 30th. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, so while you're here, we're going to talk about all the things that I have melted or burned for the last half of September, and let's just get started. Okay, so let's go through the items that I'm still currently burning, and we'll talk about the first one here. This is Aveda's rosemary mint candle. First of all, I love the packaging. Like, it's all, you know, recyclable. And now I don't know about this. It's like a foamy piece that goes on top. That part kind of, I was a bit questioning. I was questioning the whole premise of a piece of foam in an eco-friendly company, or they try to be, I think. Anyway, so Aveda, this is rosemary mint. They're very popular body care line, but also their hair care line. They do shampoos and conditioners in the scent I do enjoy. When I had blonde hair, I really did enjoy the rosemary mint, but it did dry my hair out a lot. So it might be something I might purchase now that I'm not bleaching my hair out. But anyway, back to the candle. As you can see, we've had some struggles, but really I'm not super concerned because about 3 burns ago, this whole thing was around the whole side was as high as it is here. And it's slowly kind of coming down, providing me with a little bit more time to burn and things like that. It's a fairly strong scent, but I've been burning this in our bedroom, and I would have to say, do I smell it outside into our, like, we're in a 2-bedroom condo. It's very small here in Halifax, but I'm trying to think, yes, I can sort of get this into our living space outside the bedroom where it's burning, but it's not super strong. So I give this one the strength of probably, well, I'd still say it's a 7 for sure. But that, I guess, isn't so bad for the size of candle that it is, as it is just a small little wee one. This one doesn't say. I think it's like a 8 ounce, 7 ounce kind of thing. Anyway, the wick's been doing well. Of course, I trimmed prior to my next burn, so I haven't trimmed it yet. So obviously I'll get back to you guys and let you know how the rest of this candle does, because I imagine I'll probably be finished this by the time we have mid-month melts for October. So anyway, I do enjoy this one. Would I repurchase it? Probably not. I don't see myself purchasing this again. It's not a scent. I thought I really loved this scent, and I think I did, and I still like it, but it's not a love for me. Still, so far, of all the ones, I love the Nanoor candle, speaking of which we'll talk about that shortly here, but Nanoor Candle Company, which we'll talk about in a moment, but my Brazilian Boom Boom candle, I will definitely order that next year as long as they have it available. This is an absolute ultimate favorite of mine from Bath & Body Works. You can see this is from, I believe, last year, so fall or autumn of 2019. Love this, and I saved this for this year. This is my favorite candle scent for the fall, and then I'd say the Marshmallow Fireside is my second favorite for early fall, early going into October. As you can see too, the burn's actually been pretty good. Again, I trimmed my wicks prior to my next burn, so I've left them the way they are from the last time I burned. I will say the pooling out here, it's had some little struggles. I have not had my AC on while burning this, so this is just being burned. Both of these are being burned during just absolutely no AC on at all. Yeah, anyway, just thought I'd mention that. This is one of my favorite candles. This to me is where I grew up in the South Okanagan in British Columbia. This is walking out on a crisp fall day. You can sort of smell the leaves in the background, like, you know, piling up on the, you know, on the road or the side of the road. But you can also smell the apples. It's just so good. So I always say you're either an autumn fan, like a 100% autumn fan, or you're like a 100% leaves fan from Bath & Body Works. And I like leaves, but autumn to me is my go-to autumnal scent. from any company really. So this is from Bath & Body Works, but it is a year old. So I really like that one, guys, and it's doing pretty well. But of course, I'll come back to you guys on how it's burning. All right, so the last candle we're going to talk about, I was just mentioning earlier, it is from a Canadian company that I have a full review of. First sniff, like cold first impressions. This is from the Nanoor company. I'm trying to do this so you can see. Quintessence is the scent, and this is described as, is that out of Quebec? This is described as jasmine, rose, lily, violet, and grapefruit. This is 100% a Dracar Noir. It's otherwise very sleek, but they've got their little logo at the front, which is beautiful. It's very minimal. Perfect. Black wax all the way to the bottom. The wick, you can see the wick clip right there. Perfectly fine. This is strong, and as I was burning this, it got increasingly more strong. So yeah, 100%. I have one more that I want to burn, probably 2 more candles down the road. So like I'm kind of foreseeing what I'm going to burn, what I have in my very basic collection now of candles. But the other one that I bought of this one is something I want to do for the late fall, so probably sometime in October. If that one performs like this one does and gets even better as it burns, 100% I will be repurchasing from this company, because wow, it just did really, really, really well for me. So really enjoyed that one. All right, so let's go on to some wax melts here. Again, I've been working almost full-time hours, so I'm not melting twice a day as I used to. So my melting showcase, if you will, what I'm going to show you is a lot less than I used to do even about 2 months ago. So, but I'm going to show you what I have melted first off, but the things I have not finished, which this will obviously go into my melting basket for the next month. This is a cut up loaf from Vintage Chic Scents in Princess of Monaco, which is lemon curd and marshmallow. Fabulous. It's great on its own. You can blend it with so many different things. I tend to enjoy this type of like lemony, like basically citrus scents. I really do enjoy in the bathroom. So that's where this has been placed. It was in the bathroom warmers. So I just only have enough for like 6 warmers, or like 3 full days of melting, because I have 2 warmers, 1 in each bathroom. So the other one here is an oldie but goodie, and I do believe they have this candle out again this year from Bath & Body Works. It's a chopped up candle called Vanilla Bean. And again, if you're looking to find out why I chop up my Bath & Body Works candles, I do have quite a good playlist going on how I chop them up, why I chop them up, and answering questions that you guys have asked me in the past. So just about everything. This is Vanilla Bean. I know that I bought a couple of these, and I know when I burnt the first one, like when I actually burned the candle, it was the worst, most horrible, stinky, gross. Like, vanilla is tough. When you got just vanilla in here, vanilla can be very, very difficult as a candle while it's burning, because you can definitely go right off on the scent. And I felt that that's what happened with my Vanilla Bean, my original one. Like, I'm talking one from a couple of years ago. So this is the second one of that. So this is not the newest version, so maybe they fixed it. I'm hoping they did, because once you hit that 50% mark, I remember this one, I didn't even finish it. Like, I actually had to just stop burning it. It was that potent, I think. It's probably the best way to put it. So there's that. All right, let's do some clams here. I have 2. Okay, so these 2 clamshells are from my friend Ava. She was so kind in sending me a lovely random act of kindness. This one's in Victorian Carousel, and this one's in Strawberry Nonsense. Both very good. So Victorian Carousel, I also had this on here. Victorian Carousel Wax Tart, a bottom layer of blue raspberry velvet cake and a top layer of blackberry candy. This is delicious. Loved it. And I mean, this is a little bit older, and it did really, really, really well. I highly recommend Bathing Garden. You guys know I do enjoy her wax. And this one here was Strawberry Nonsense. And this is the creamy zucchini bread blended with strawberry jam and sun-ripened strawberries. Yes. So the zucchini jam definitely has a bit of a spice to it. So if you don't like the spicy versions of the zucchini jam, I did get a bit of a spice note to this. I'm going to say that these are probably released, like this one especially, might be released generally in her like Valentine's lineup. And this one looks like, you know, kind of carousel-y, so I'm not sure if it would be perhaps early fall, like non-Halloween, or it would be in the springtime. But her collections do change with the seasons at the Bathing Garden, so definitely go check that out. These are very, very good though. I really enjoyed it, and thank you very much to Ava. Actually, I'm sure I have more coming up, because I'm trying to melt all the things I really want to melt, and Ava sent me some pretty nice things, so thank you again, Ava. So this is Better Homes and Gardens Pink Sugarberry. OMG. Like, I love this one. Can't get it in Canada. When I was down in the States, I loaded up any of my friends in the US when this does come back out, because it is limited edition. It's very, very rare to find it these days. Load me up. Like, it's so good, you guys. So Pink Sugarberry is just really, really beautiful. It really is a tart raspberry. Sugary, almost like a really sweet perfume. Sweet, like a vanilla sugar raspberry type perfume. I know it says Pink Sugarberry, and I'm not sure if they're trying to go along with the Aqualina Pink Sugar, but I'm going to say that it's more fruity than the Aqualina Pink Sugar is, the perfume. But it's beautiful. I love this one. Yeah. Absolutely would be a repurchase, has been a repurchase if I can get my hands on it. Absolutely. Another OG one is a sugared lavender twist, and this again is stuff that I can't get here in Canada. My friends are amazing. This I also melt in our bedroom. I really enjoy this one. It is like an Aqualina Pink Sugar. That's what it's totally sweet, a little bit of lavender, but really I get like a sweet caramelly, almost ooey gooey. Like that's the thing, is I don't like ooey gooey scents in wax form. So I almost hesitate to use that word, because I think the lavender in it kind of brings her down a little bit, back to reality, cloud 9 down to cloud 2. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is, like, this is beautiful, and if you like Aqualina Pink Sugar, you'll probably like this. It's just a very sweet little tiny bit of herbals. It's actually more of a sweet lavender, to be honest with you, because of all of it, everything else that's in there, but it's gorgeous. And again, I melt that one in our bedroom, making some room. All right, next up, this is Scentsi's Apple Cherry Strudel. This one, Ramona Talk here on YouTube. As you guys probably know, we go live every so often. We just went live a little while ago on her channel. She sent me this one. She isn't a consultant. It wasn't my favorite, and I wanted to love it more. I think if I got more of the apple and cherry, because I definitely got a lot of spices, especially when warmed, less so when it was cold. So but there was a little bit too much cinnamon in it for me. I don't know. I just have this thing with cinnamon, so it has to be done, like, I'm not saying this is done wrong, but for me, cinnamon has the very, very short line of going right over the top for me, and this went a little over the top when melted, but it was very good on cold. So I thank her very much for this, but it was not my favorite scent that I've tried from Scentsy. There are many that I do love, though, that Ramona has basically got me totally hooked on. So as of right this particular moment, I'm melting the very last of my beloved loaf that I cut up from Zape in Lavender Soda. So lavender and fizzy citrus soda. This was, I can't even stress enough, if you're just new into the wax game here, guys, I want to say 2017 was a hot year for lavender soda. Just like many things, the fads and the trends, they come and they go, or the hyped up different scents, whether again it's perfume or if it is wax form, they come and they go. This one had a long popularity. This one, I mean, people were trying to get their hands on. I know Ashley was making so much of this stuff. I love this though. I'm going to miss it. I will absolutely purchase this again in the future. So Lavender Soda is just a beautiful sweet lavender with, it says fizzy citrus soda. Basically, it's like a 7-Up or a Sprite. No, 7-Up. It's a little more sweet. I find anyway. So 7-Up with lavender, and it's gorgeous. And I get the effervescence, and there's definitely a lemon lime note in that soda side. And in Canada, we normally call it pop. In the US, you guys call it soda. So anyway, I would definitely repurchase this again. This is beautiful, but it is definitely more of a summer scent for me, and I'm melting the last of it today. Because when I started that, I said I'm going to finish it because it was an older. I've had that since 2017. It's one of the oldest pieces of wax I have. All right, next up we got some Rose Girls Melts. Let's see here, Rose Girls, yeah. Rose Girls Melts. This came from her sampler, her Halloween sampler last year. And this is Ooey Gooey Pears. And whoa, this was strong. This is a really big shape, and I just cut in half and put each half into my warmer in my living room. And I went, holy, I could have gone for a quarter, like a half of a half. This was really strong. I love this one because of the pears, the ooey gooey caramel part of it. It's like you know how a caramel apple, okay, what a caramel apple smells like. This was like caramel pears, or a braised pear with like, you know, sweet sugar sauce, things like that. No alcohol in it, but this was definitely like caramel coated pear. It was strong. It was a bit ooey gooey for me, but it was very good. And my good God, when I turned my warmers off, this thing had lasting power. It just had staying power because I ended up working the next day and all the warmers were off, but I still came home and I could smell it. So definitely good on longevity. This is also from Rose Girls, light as a feather, stiff as a board. This was a muffin that I ordered at the same time as I just ordered the Halloween sampler from last year. I believe I even placed the order on my birthday. It was like a pre-order last year. Anyway, light as a feather, stiff as a board. I don't have the scent notes for you guys on this one, but it is, again, one of her most popular, I want to say bedroom or bedtime type scents. It's beautiful. I really, I can't recommend it enough. There's not too much lavender in it. There's not too much of anything in there, in the sense that it's something that's going to pull out more than the others. It's just a really nice relaxing scent that does have some lavender in it. So I would highly recommend that. And we got Kim and Ramona's Excellent Adventure Coffee, Cranberry, and Tres Leches Cake from Mandala Melts. This was fantastic. I loved it. Tres Leches Cake, thankfully, it was toned down a little bit because, again, the ooey gooey parts of it. I love Tres Leches. Like, it's so good. It's really easy to make. But deadly, like my teeth feel like they're gonna fall out my mouth. But anyway, I do enjoy this melt. This was great, and again, we both thank Crystal very much for this opportunity, as it is from like mine and Ramona's adventures that we had when I was visiting her. Gosh, April 2018. That's how long ago it was, but we've got to do it again. We'll definitely do a new adventure, whether she comes here or I go there eventually. Because Ramona is originally from Nova Scotia here in Canada, but she has been living in the state of Texas as a nurse for over 30 years. So one of these days we'll get back together again when we can. So anyway, this was excellent. Again, this is a huge cookie that you could cut. I cut this up like in, I think there was 8 pieces or something. So you don't need much. Mandala Melts, less is more. And last but not least, this was also from Aveda as well. Part of that random act of kindness. This is Enchanting Prince, and it's described as blueberry lavender smoothie. This one did not have much throw in it. As you can see, this is from May 15th of 2018. This did not have much throw. Now this was a nice rose that I cut up in quarters, which generally I can do for VCS or vintage chic scents, but this one just didn't have much of a throw, so I really don't have a whole lot to report for you. But I did, of course, because of the lavender, I did melt this one in our bedroom. I'm not a big blueberry fan, but I did not get blueberry from it at all. So it could have just been that it's, a little bit older, but I find VCS for me, it's hard to get a good throw after like a year. Like I'm finding her wax, like you need to melt it now. Like, except I say that, but this one here is from 2018 and it threw like a beast, but it is lemon. So lemon just throws like crazy. So I don't know, don't take my word for it. I'm only going on experience. All right, you guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me. Be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.